The Rachel Maddow Show has received very important information for you and your family. It says right here that Barack Hussein Obama has a plan to take over the entire internet. Luckily, the Republican Majority Campaign Political Action Committee has sent a red alert email to Mother Jones D.C. Bureau Chief David Corn about this very dangerous takeover of the entire internet. And David has sent it to us, so phew, we have fair warning. Are you ready? Do you want Barack Hussein Obama and his cronies to have the power to, all caps, shut down the internet? That's, all caps, exactly what's about to happen if Congress passes 2 new bills. We have set up a website where you can send blast faxes to, all caps, every single member of Congress, telling them to say, all caps, no to this attempt to take over the entire internet. For less than what it would cost to gather every fax number and send all those faxes yourself, you can send, all caps, hundreds of faxes, all caps, all at once to Capitol Hill for the low price of $119. The Republican Majority Campaign, for the low price of $119, will fax every member of Congress for you. Or, since it's not 1991 anymore, you could go to the Right Congress page of any random political group's website and send an email to every member of Congress for free. $119 does sort of seem like a lot for faxes. So today we called and we asked the president of the Republican Majority Campaign where all those $119 blast fax fees go to. And he said, well, after the cost of the faxes and these solicitation emails and the credit card processing fees are covered, he says the balance of the rest of the $119 goes to the bank account of the Republican Majority Campaign, which must be nice for them. Sounds a little bit like Not Joe the Not Plumber's recent gambit, which charged people the low price of 99 cents to cast a completely meaningless fake vote to abolish the Internal Revenue Service, which again must have been nice for the people collecting the 99 cents. The Republican Party has always strived to be the party of business interests, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't what they meant. Joining us now is Ana Marie Cox, national correspondent for Air America and contributor to The Daily Beast. Ana Marie, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Always good to be here.
$119 for a blast fax. Kind of sounds like a scam, but I am not necessarily a blast fax authority. Do you think it is a scam?
I am also not a blast fax authority because I'm not an authority on 8-track tapes either. I sort of tend to focus on the technology that's being used in this century. However, I do think it costs less to go out and buy a fax machine than it would to supposedly send all these faxes to the 535 members of Congress. I don't think it's a scam in the sense that it's illegal. I do think it is not necessarily honest, and it's definitely not a true reflection. If they really wanted to get, individual voters in touch with their representatives, I think there are more efficient ways to do it. I think there's this thing involving tubes, or maybe it's trucks. I don't know. Like there's some device on my desk that allows me to do it for free.
It's not a big truck. It is a system of tubes, which has been checked and double-checked by the staff here. With the Joe the Plumber, spend 99 cents to vote to abolish the IRS. With this, send us $119 and we'll send a lot of faxes. With some of the reporting during the campaign about political consulting firms that were essentially using, the vast majority of the money they were raising for their own purposes rather than for any of the candidates they were supposedly supporting, it seems like there's a little bit of a mini trend here about the Republican Party name, image, and even their celebrities being exploited for less than noble purposes. Do you identify the same trend?
I see what you're saying is that they are related. I think we need to be very careful about calling this the same kind of scam that those supporting organizations that got named in the Washington Post over the summer. This is definitely an interesting money-making opportunity. You have to remember that for the past 8 years, Republicans, there's a lot of different ways for a Republican to make money in Washington. Right now, they're like sending in their gold for cash. They don't have a lot of options. And so I think that might be part of what's happening here. And also, I just want to say, like, as an entrepreneurial type myself, I would love to get the list of people that sent in $119 to send faxes, because I imagine they're pretty easy to separate from their money.
Yes. Well, but there's another way at which this operates, in that this is sort of a form of activism, because it's not just, hey, sucker, send us your $119. It's, hey, sucker,
like that,
it's a little of that going on. It's, hey, sucker, send us your $119 and be afraid of Barack Hussein Obama trying to take over the entire internet. It is sort of a form of oppo. It's a form of activist message pushing. And I wonder about what we can tell from the tone of this Fast Black's email offer. I mean, there's got to be an extent to which they think the path out of the political wilderness is paved with solicitations braying about how Obama's going to take over the internet.
Of course, that was the path that led to the political wilderness. I mean, I think that's my main point. They tried a lot of anger and conspiracy theories in order to try and win the White House. They lost it. I don't think using those exact same messages is going to help them, get any further. This is effective, perhaps, for, as we've become familiar with, igniting the base. These are people. I think if you're going to connect on an angry level, you're not going to spread your base. You're going to be very much targeting the people who already agree with you. Anger does not work in American politics. It works for fundraising sometimes. The liberal groups do it too. They want to get people scared and angry, but it will not motivate people who don't already agree with you.
Ana Marie Cox, national correspondent for Air America, contributor to the Daily Beast. It is always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks, Ana Marie.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thanks, Rachel.
What do former Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, current Congresswoman Jane Harman, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, the New York Times, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers all have in common? They're all caught up in the world's currently most incredible true spy story. It's next.